What if the most famous UFO incident in history wasn't just about an alien craft crashing on Earth? What if the real mystery lies in how the official story changed overnight? On July 8, 1947, the U.S. military made headlines announcing they had recovered a flying disc near Roswell, New Mexico. Newspapers exploded with excitement, broadcasting one of the biggest UFO scoops ever. But less than 24 hours later, the government dramatically reversed course, claiming the debris was nothing more than a common weather balloon. This swift and suspicious flip sparked decades of conspiracy theories and secrets. Imagine the chaos unfolding behind closed doors, military officials scrambling to rewrite the narrative as news reporters scrambled to catch every word. Here began Roswell's dark journey, from sensational, flying saucer, to a story buried beneath layers of government silence and deception. In early July 1947, a rancher named William Mac Brazel was tending to his sheep near Corona, a remote area outside Roswell, New Mexico. What he stumbled upon that day would soon ignite one of the most enduring mysteries of all time. Scattered across several acres of dry land were strange, lightweight metallic debris, glittering fragments of tinfoil, rubber strips, and wooden beams unlike anything Brazel had ever seen. Suspicious and curious, he reported his find to the local sheriff, who in turn contacted nearby Roswell Army Airfield. The military wasted no time. Major Jesse Marcel, an intelligence officer, was dispatched to collect the debris. On July 8, a press release was issued, announcing the recovery of a flying disc from Brazel's ranch. The news unleashed a media frenzy. The Roswell Daily Record's headline screamed, "RAF captures flying saucer on ranch in Roswell region." The excitement was palpable, as radios and newspapers across the country broadcast this extraordinary claim. Yet behind the scenes, confusion reigned. The military scrambled to identify the mysterious wreckage. While Brazel described the debris as unlike anything earthly, others on the base began to express doubts. What was initially hailed as proof of extraterrestrial visitation would soon face its first, sudden challenge, an abrupt revision that would change everything. The excitement that exploded with the military's announcement of a flying disc recovery quickly turned into confusion and disbelief. Within hours of the initial press release, Brigadier General Roger Ramey held a briefing at Fort Worth Army Airfield that changed everything. The flying disc was suddenly reclassified as merely fragments from a weather balloon, accompanied by photos of debris that looked like ordinary tinfoil and wooden sticks. This abrupt 180-degree shift baffled reporters, locals, and the nation. Why the sudden reversal? Many wonder if this was a hasty damage control effort by a government caught off guard by the alien narrative spiraling out of control, or a calculated move to hide the truth. The swiftness of the military's change only fueled rumors that the weather balloon explanation was a cover story. Major Jesse Marcel, the officer who had initially retrieved the debris, later hinted that the objects he recovered were not of this world, fueling decades of speculation. Despite official statements, parts of the debris looked strange even to military intelligence, not your typical weather balloon materials but lightweight, metallic, and unlike anything manufactured. The media's initial fearless coverage transformed into skepticism, with headlines rapidly changing from sensational to cautious. This sudden flip-flop left the public questioning government transparency and set the stage for future conspiracies. To understand why the government might scramble to change its story so quickly, one must consider the tense geopolitical landscape of 1947. The Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union was just beginning, fueling paranoia about spying, advanced technology, and secret weapons. Any unidentified object in the skies, especially in a strategic region like New Mexico, was cause for enormous concern among military leaders. The secret of Project Mogul, designed to detect Soviet nuclear tests using high-altitude balloons, was highly classified. The military feared that if details of this program leaked, it could compromise national security. The recovered debris from Roswell matched descriptions consistent with the equipment used in this top-secret project, making the weather balloon story more than mere smoke and mirrors. It was a genuine attempt to protect sensitive intelligence. In a world obsessed with surveillance and espionage, government officials were likely under intense pressure to control information. The chaotic wartime aftermath heightened fears that foreign powers might exploit any perceived weakness, potentially explaining the rapid public reversal. What the public saw as a simple explanation might have been a complex dance of secrecy and protection at the dawn of the atomic age. Despite the official military explanation, whispers of a cover-up began to spread in the 1970s. Retired Air Force officer Jesse Marcel, the man who first handled the wreckage, publicly discredited the weather balloon story. Marcel claimed that the debris was unlike anything earthly, and hinted at extraterrestrial origins. Suddenly, what had been a local oddity became the centerpiece of a sprawling conspiracy theory. The narrative grew more elaborate over time. Stories emerged of alien bodies recovered from the crash site, secret government programs researching and reverse engineering alien technology, and shadowy groups like Majestic 12 working to hide the truth from the public. Books, documentaries, and movies pumped life into these claims, embedding Roswell deeply in the cultural imagination. The muting of truth, alleged witness intimidation, and inconsistent official statements gave wings to suspicion. Roswell became more than just a crash, it transformed into a symbol of government deception, a shadowy enigma that invites endless questions about what really happened in the New Mexico desert. Faced with growing public fascination and pressure, the U.S. Air Force launched official investigations in the 1990s. Their reports concluded that the debris came from Project Mogul, a classified balloon program designed to detect Soviet nuclear tests, not an alien spacecraft. The reports also addressed claims of recovered alien bodies, suggesting they originated from misidentified crash test dummies and unrelated military accidents. These documents sought to close the case and affirm the weather balloon narrative once and for all. However, the shadow of suspicion remained. Critics argue the government's late effort to explain decades-old mysteries only fueled skepticism about transparency and truthfulness. The Roswell Incident became a watershed moment, the line between fact and fiction blurred, giving birth to an unending cycle of doubt, debate, and thrilling speculation about extraterrestrial life and government secrets. The initial headlines in July 1947 were nothing short of sensational. Papers screamed about a captured flying saucer, igniting both wonder and fear. The Roswell Daily Record announced boldly, "RAAF captures flying saucer on ranch in Roswell region." Radio stations buzzed with the breaking news, spreading the story nationwide and even globally. But just one day later, those headlines flipped. The military insisted the debris was from an ordinary weather balloon, and news outlets swiftly changed their tone to cautious skepticism. This dramatic about-face sowed confusion and mistrust. People were left questioning what really happened, the excitement turned into suspicion. The government's quick change left a scar in public perception, shaking trust and fueling decades of conspiracy theories. The contrasting headlines, one brash and sensational, the other muted and controlled, reveal the heart of the Roswell mystery, a clash between public curiosity and official secrecy. Roswell's story is not just about a crashed object, it's about whispers of deception, government secrets, and unanswered questions buried beneath decades of denial. The sudden reversal of the military's narrative exposed a shadowy struggle between truth and control, sparking a cultural obsession with the unknown. Roswell remains a symbol of mystery and the possibility that we are not alone. It challenges us to see beyond official stories and wonder what secrets still lurk in the desert sands. The truth, it seems, may always lie just beyond our reach. If you enjoyed diving into the dark secrets of Roswell with us here at Beyond the Sky, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to never miss our chilling explorations into the unknown. Like this video if you believe there's more to this story than what the government lets on, and comment below with your thoughts. Do you think they really hid the truth about Roswell? Join the conversation and the Beyond the Sky community now, where mysteries rise and the truth waits beyond the stars.